This one for this in this one for the feature video, like this old school deck, like it's been finally 13 years of this fusion monster in existence. So basically, I've never stopped playing this guy with a deck. Just say like as a feature thing also.
Okay, it's ready. I'm started already. I say I'm. This Yu-Gi-Oh vendor coming to you with another video. This is Lost Warrior deck.
Yep, I'm playing Last Warrior over here though. In case people may not know what he does, he says that when I special summon this card, destroy all monsters on my side of the field except himself. And then as long as he's face up on the field, both players cannot summon any monster while he's on the field, including flip summon special summon. You can still set to get around that thing. The thing is, this I'm all about getting him out first turn, keep him on the field for alive for as long as possible, and it just like starts beating everything down.
Okay.
So let's jump to it. I play 3 Zambaras. He's one of the 2 materials for Last Warrior. Only 2100. He can't do no direct attacks, and whenever he destroys a monster by battle, he loses 200 attack. Mario Katai's or Skull Guys. He's the Doom Caliber Knight for spells. And the Doom Caliber Knight for spells effect only works during your opponent's turn, and he's the other material as well.
Fuse to first.
3 King of the Swamps helps me out a lot just to ditch him to get that poly, and it greatly increased my chances to make Last Warrior as a first turn.
When he special summon, I can add 1 fire set.
3 Elemental Hero Prismas, the altered key card to make Last Warrior. 1 Voltic. Voltic's actually pretty good during testing, but in the event, I never even made him.
Can be target.
And 1 Vortex Trooper. Everybody may not know this guy. He says that when I normal summon this card, I can shuffle 2 cards from my hand into my deck and then draw 2 cards. After Trooper is destroyed, I'll draw 1 more card. So essentially, what the Trooper can do for me is that like you summon him, trigger his effect, and then draw out some combo pieces that you need to make Last Warrior. And Trooper gets destroyed off from Last Warrior's effect, and then you get to draw a card. So that's like a +1. For spells, I do indeed play a lot of spells. I play 3 Fusion Gates. Sometimes I don't have the right materials to make Last Warrior. In that case, I can just play like the Fusion Gates hero route. And 2 terraformings to get them. 1 single poly, just only 1.
Just because I can.
And just because like King of the Swamps can be pitched to get this out from dead to hand though.
I'm good.
And to get the Elemental Hero guys on my materials out faster, 2 E-cost, Fusion Conscription, and the Conscription lets me reveal a fusion monster from my extra deck, and then it lets me get 1 of the 2 materials from the deck or graveyard to my hand, and then I cannot do anything with that material unless it has to be fused summon or something. 2 Hero Lives, 2 Hero Lips, just to cost half of life points to set up Last Warrior first turn or first turn XZ. Then when you get that Last Warrior, you need something to keep it on the field. So 3 Forbidden Lance and 1 Forbidden Dress. Like during one of the tournament matches I had, I went up against the Clifford Demise where I had Elemental Hero Prisma attack the Clifford Carrier. And then during the damage step where he activated Chalice on that damage step when I chained that Forbidden Lands, that carrier is not going to get that additional bonus. But Last Warrior, wise about the protection cards, that's because like these Forbidden Quick Play spell cards actually help me out because if they activate a card or effect that deals with destroying it or like putting it back to hand or whatnot, I could just like pitch not necessarily pitch, but activate the lance in response to that. And to top it all off though, like if they're finding a way to stopping Last Warrior's effect, I can trigger the lance to keep that effects alive for that same turn. And then I play Rageki, Rhoda, a single salvage. The salvage is that in this build, if my Mario Katais or the King of the Swamps is in the graveyard, I could just use that salvage to get them guys back from graveyard, add them back to my hand. Just to greatly increase my chances to perform another fusion summon. And a Terminal World. This card can only be activated during main phase 1. Both players skip their main phase 2 while this card's face up.
Okay.
And then the traps, 2 Mirror Force, Safe Zone, 2 Light of Interventions. The Light of Intervention is the most powerful floodgate in combination with Last Warrior. So what you need to do, what I needed to do is that like, you make Last Warrior first turn, and then once you activate the Light of Intervention during your opponent's turn, once you can get the Last Warrior lights in, no more summons for both players. And then the 2 Dark Bribes, just to negate destruction, and to keep my big guy alive on the field. And then extra deck, Blade Armor Ninja, Gaga Cowboy. Cowboy actually won me a game because, like, during the matchup I had versus that Clifford Demise player, I kept on beating my opponent down with Elementary Prismas and that Mario Katai until I had my opponent exactly at 800. I just made that Gaga Cowboy, and then it just got game, and my opponent couldn't do anything to stop it.
Is that 2 out of 3 or?
Karen Gorgon and Photon Papilloperative. Blade Armor, Cowboy, and Karen Gorgon. Those 3 were made at least once. The Photon Papilloperative were never made. And then for the fusions,
I just need next month to come
3 Shinings. Gotta have it if you play Gates Heroes. A single Absolute Zero because my Skull Guy is a water. And what you needed to do with Absolute Zero is that, like, if you somehow keep 0 on the field while you're getting the Last Warrior materials already, you put out Last Warrior. Absolute Zero gets destroyed because of Last Warrior. Ab Zero leaves, all of your opponent's monsters are destroyed. Great Tornado. Great Tornado. This actually never came up for me though, but the Great Tornado in the extra, he's very situational though. And to get out Great Tornado, you just needed a wind materials, which is why Vortex Trooper as the wind material. And then Escarado, Zambars the Dark, but actually never made that. Gaia never made it. Vision Hero, Trinity never made it. And then 3 Last Warrior Life.
Okay.
It's very rare to get all 3 of these just to enhance the effects off. And then side deck. 2 Potter Duality. A 3rd Light of Intervention. 3 Alias. 2 Gemini Spock. I also have Photon Thrasher, Double Bubble Man. I side these guys from the main deck out from Last Warrior, and then just like turn this into like one of those bubble beats for like one of them first turn Elemental Hero Fusions, or like one of them first turn
Yeah, I didn't have
XCs.
no terraforming.
And then the 2 Miracle Fusion, I actually do not main the Miracle Fusion because I don't think it's like necessary.
Because of the Fusion Gate.
But with Fusion Gate on board though, just like you could just like literally go nuts on the Elemental Hero Fusion summons. And 2 Parallel World Fusions. And so let me just get over this.
Dang, I was supposed to pick
I side these guys in.
It was just
Give
a
me a
force of
minute.
habit. Token.
Those are the ones I side in, and I side out anything that has to deal with making Last Warriors.
And I was supposed to get 2 canyons.
And then that's 13. Also played Safe Zone and the 1 single poly. The first matchup is that like I end up using Last Warrior for game 1, and then for games 2 and 3, I switch them up to this, and then I just like wipe out my opponent clean with like Hero Fusions or like the XZ plays.
Okay.
The level 4.
So that's it.
Yep.
That's it. Last Warrior deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share.